Good morning, this is Bill with another edition of Metal Minutes. Today is Wednesday, March 31st, 2021. Well, you might remember the old days of the blue light special at K-mart, and that's when they would turn on the flashing blue lights and you would have just a few minutes to get a hold of some incredible opportunities and deals. And that's what it seems like we have today, and perhaps for the rest of this week, with gold and silver. We've seen some strength exhibited in the dollar due to rising interest rates, albeit that's on negative yields in real terms. So the yields are rising, but they're still negative. But nonetheless, it's strengthened the dollar a little bit. We've seen gold down 3% in the last week to $16.95. Silver's down 5% for the week to $24.20. But platinum and palladium are flat. They're down just $1. Palladium's down $4, but that doesn't register in percentage terms. But on the 1 year time, we still have gold up 7%, and that's a historical long-term average that we talked about in our book, The 7% Solution. Silver's up 73% in the last year. We've got platinum is hot on its tail for the 1 year mark, up 65%. Palladium's up 13%. You may recall that we highlighted that this would likely be a good year, a really good year for platinum and silver, and that looks to be still intact going forward. Gold will also do well, especially at these entry points. Now, we do still have a significant difference between physical premium versus the paper spot price, but at these levels I think it offers an incredible opportunity to get in, to increase or add to your positions in gold and silver in physical metal. Now, when we look at the alternatives, every asset sometimes has a downturn, or it has a price drop, if you will. But the difference we've seen with gold and silver in recent years is that's relatively short-lived. And so when we compare that to when, say, the stock market drops or bonds or other types of assets, it usually is a lot longer recovery time versus gold and silver. So I just want to say, I just recently added, and I'm preparing to purchase some more metal before the week's out, because it is a great opportunity. Now, one thing we talked about in our article this week, which you can find it, is talking about taxes and gold and silver. I'm going to show a graph here of how much the government's been spending versus how much taxes are coming in. And because of that, they're going to have a huge tax increase. And they're already increasing the taxes on every American. Some taxes they target for the wealthy, but there's a lot of taxes already in effect that have increased on everyone. And I talk about that in the article. But gold and silver that's an added benefit for the holders of gold and silver, because some of the advantages of other types of assets are being removed with the new tax incentives. And so it's making it a more level playing field between precious metals and, say, stocks, for example. And if you look at those two markets, which one has more risk versus more opportunity, to me it's obvious that there's more opportunity right now in precious metals, and there's more risk in the stocks. And this massive tax increase is going to highlight that situation and make it even more obvious. And so I encourage you, if you can, take advantage of the sale prices right now in gold and silver. Not so much in platinum or palladium. They're not as affected by this paper smash that we see going on right now. But gold and silver have a great opportunity to enter or add to your positions. So we'll see you next week. Have a great time, and thank you for tuning in.